Megan and Tug. Dapo drop, what the fuck? It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and Umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Pecuniary! Bubbles wants to ask the questions. Shocket slams with good objections. Jeremy hitting with logical reasoning. Forces Bubbles through unquestionable weaseling. Bubbles acts like a broken record. Jeremy stands his ground like an expert. Judge or jury will determine the facts. That's confidential, oh snap. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and Umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Pecuniary, pecuniary, pecuniary. Bubbles wants to ask the questions. Shocket slams with good objections. Jeremy hitting with logical reasoning. Forces Bubbles through unquestionable weaseling. Bubbles acts like a broken record. Jeremy stands his ground like an expert. Judge or jury will determine the facts. That's confidential, oh snap. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Tug almost breaks down laughing. Fox and Umbrella, content drowning and splashing. Poor Jeff was left all on his own, cause Megan had Tug on the phone. Something urgent did pop up, but Jeff joins the stream and they're all made up. Now the trio on stream outstanding. So reading, continuance demanding. Just a couple of pages or maybe 10, but it all continues on Tuesday again. It's harassment, defamatory, and pecuniary. Big words, but Megan is your dictionary. Megan and Jeff almost breaks down laughing. Fox and Vice is content drowning and splashing. Content Krampus, Megalodonus, meat sweats begging Megan. Professional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the program. It's me, Megan Fox. I'm here. Welcome to Fox's Demonic Pizza Shop with toppings from hell. As you can see, I'm serving it up hot tonight, Tug. How are you feeling with your medical conditions?
Well, I got my testing done today. That was pretty good. You know, I'm glad that I went. I'm glad I didn't take certain advice from them too. You know, like they were telling me, why don't you take this one thing? It'll drop your it'll drop your heartbeat and stuff. So I go in today, and yeah, it was bottom scraping. So good thing I didn't end up taking the thing this morning. It was doing it on their own. They were like, "Oh God, I'm glad you didn't take that." I was like, "Yeah, me too."
It concerns me that like sometimes you just know you shouldn't do what they tell you to do, and then but that concerns me. It's like, are they even thinking? Are they thinking about this? And it's upsetting. So I'm glad you didn't take it. I'm glad that you were your own advocate there, and you do have to be your own advocate. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Like that's what I live by.
I kept thinking, these two things are. They fight each other, you know. Like I've got one thing going on that I'm getting checked out for, and I take a pill for, and this thing, you know, I said it drops everything. It doesn't do what they're give me 1 minute here. I'm trying to redact while we're talking.
I know you're still redacting. I know. I'm so sorry.
We have an army of documents, and apparently Megan's freaking redaction stuff isn't gonna work.
I know my for some reason my Foxit is not working to redact today. It just decided it doesn't want to, so now I made Tug do it last minute. Connor, I see you in the chat. Vice Baby. If you guys have not gone over to subscribe to Vice Baby's channel. Connor is Jeff's Illegal Vice's son, and he has a great channel where he's over there telling you stories to put you to sleep, nighttime stories, and playing games and just being wonderful. And we love him. We love Connor. Go support Connor. He's in the chat right now. You can click on his icon and go over there and like his channel, subscribe. And we miss Jeff. We miss Jeff here every day. And I like to play that song sometimes because I miss Jeff. And I like to see that beautiful video that one of our fans made for us with Jeff in it. And it captured such a moment in time, that song, because that all happened. You know, like I canceled on Jeff last minute. We were supposed to stream together and we had some breaking news. I don't even remember what it was in this case. And I had to not only cancel on him, but I had to tell him, hey, buddy, I not only can't make it, but I'm going to stream over you. And that is really hard to tell someone. Hey, Larry's in the chat. The DUI guy plus buckle up. Thanks to the 10 says, can I get a slice? Of course you can. I'm serving up demonic pizza. It's hot. It has toppings from hell, all of which I'm sure you will love. Yeah, we miss Jeff so much. And, you know, I especially that day was so funny. And then somebody made a song about it because he ended up coming on with us that night later after he was done with his stream. And we went on for like another hour. And I'm so glad we did that. It was like a 3-hour stream. Do you remember that, Tug?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We were like, we're almost done reading. And then no, we just kept reading.
Yeah, we just kept goofing off. It was a good night. It was a
deposition. It was a good time. And thank God Jeff had a short memory and forgave me. He gave me clemency for the rest of the year. I had forgiveness through January.
Care at all. He loved it. He had fun.
And then he left our planet in December. So I got my reprieve forever from Jeff. So he never got the chance to take it back. So that's good. But yes, here's a Vice Baby. Everybody get over there. Here he is. This is what his icon looks like. Connor's a really cool dude. And he's jumped into this weird YouTube world, and I want you all to go and support him. If you loved Jeff, you will love his kid, because Connor's got a lot of stories too. And I'm sure he'll share them with us someday. And by the way, I know some of you are asking, and I haven't gotten around to doing it yet, but I did get the family's permission to share some of the memorial service, which I audio recorded. I just haven't gotten around to editing that audio recording, so I'm going to do that this week, send it to Connor, and he can put it up on his channel for you guys. So you'll get to hear that. You'll get to hear the family members talking about Jeff. You'll get to hear me. I got up and talked. I don't know how that worked out. I still haven't listened to it back yet. I don't even want to think about it. But I won't edit it out. I promise. I'll let you hear it. But it was a really good memorial service, and he was so loved. And he as much as he loved everyone loved Jeff. He was exactly who you thought he was.
Which is rare. Which is rare. Yeah, everybody's somebody getting along with everyone.
Connor says my speech was great. I don't know. I felt like I don't know what I said. I still haven't listened to it back. I hope it was good. I hope it was sweet, because I wanted people to know how much we loved him. And I hope they did. It felt weird because I was like having to tell this crowd of people, so I know Jeff through the internet. I'm a YouTube friend, which is just weird, right?
It's
just weird.
That's always a weird speech to have to give people. Try to explain.
Well, when I told Connor's mom, she thought I was his secret girlfriend. So that's how that comes across.
That's funny.
Secret girlfriend. Oh, that would be funny. But yeah, no, we had a wonderful time out there in Utah, and Larry was with us in Chandler. I miss Larry and Chandler. Chandler was so fun to hang out with, and Larry and Chandler, they're a blast, man. They're funny. And it was good to see people and get to hug necks. It was all good. Larry
fun. I would have never guessed that.
Larry's facial expressions aren't the only thing that's fun about Larry. Larry he's a walking fun factory, that guy. I love him. Sandra Marinick, you guys are hitting it out of the park with super chats before we even started. I can't even believe you guys. Sandra Marinick, thanks to the 2. Morning from Oz. Hope you're wrong about the judge. Oh, I've got some things to tell you about the judge. And I don't think I'm wrong. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 20. Let's fucking go. Get some good breadsticks to piss off all the stupid haters. Oops, with your square bullet point. That wasn't an oops. You did that on purpose. It took you a while to figure out how to do it. That's how I know it's not a mistake. Linda Early, thanks for the 50.
No, it's a mistake they didn't do it
Huge.
beforehand.
That's what that meant. Linda Early, thanks for the $50 super sticker. How generous. Thank you so much for keeping the show going. I sure appreciate you. And by the way, guys, today I had my massage that I used. I was able to pay for the entire thing. I get one once a month. I was able to pay for the entire thing by using my Cash Apps tips that you all have been sending me. And I really appreciate that because that lets it stay off my husband's books. And he appreciates that. He appreciates that. And that means that he can go for his massage and not feel bad about it in the month because he can spend it on himself. So I really appreciate that. I use all my Cash Apps and Venmos on my masseuse because she keeps my neck in good shape so that I can sit for a while and talk to you without being in pain. Today was really rough. I was yelling on the table. It's never a good day when you're yelling on the table, but it felt better when I left. My masseuse is serious. It's not like, it's not like relaxing time. It's we have to fix you time and it's going to hurt. So bite on this stick while I fix it. Pokemon, thanks to the 5. You got to be tired of breadsticks. Get some pretzel sticks for a change. Ooh, I do love hot pretzels. LOL, love you guys. Thank you so much. And Yvonne Chavez, thanks for the 2 breadsticks with garlic sauce. I like garlic. We're all friends here, so we can eat garlic and no one will care. Rhonda Kent became a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den, Rhonda. I think you're going to like it in here. It's weird, but usually we have snacks. Tonight, I'm drinking whiskey. This one's for you, Jeff. Cheers.
Snacks, let's see. Whiskey, that's my snack.
That's my snack. Tonight, I haven't had a whiskey in a while because I got my blood pressure thing going on. And you're not supposed to drink alcohol. So I've been, being good. But tonight I was specifically missing Jeff and I decided to pour myself a whiskey for Jeff. Love that dude. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. Breathy stick money to make the haters mad. Breathy sticks. That's funny. Are those like mints? Those like mints? Like breath mints? Breathy sticks. Wizzy Wheels, thanks for the 5. You have just scared the life out of me. I had the TV on waiting for you and I fell asleep and the volume was up. Well, at least you're up. I had to wake Tug up too. I always know if he's not here by 8, he's probably sleeping.
Yep, I was power napping before this. I was like, oh, well, I mean, to be fair, I got up real early and I went to bed. Not fun last night, but
I know. It's this health stuff. We got to get through it, Tug. You and I need to get through
I'm
this
supposed
shit.
to know in 1 week. I have my appointment to decipher things. They told me today, though, if they find something big that's, it's like, oh my God, then they'll call me before that. So,
Well, that's good. That's good to know. I'm glad.
Yeah, I was like, all right,
well,
they won't wait. That's at least nice to know.
So I sent my nurse practitioner, she asked me to monitor my blood pressure and it hasn't been good. I'll just say that it's been high all week. So I sent her 3 days of blood pressure readings, which are off the charts high, too high. And yes, chat, I moved I read the instructions on the blood pressure cuff. I have it set right now and it didn't matter. I'm still getting the high reads. So I think it's accurate. And I sent her a message and I'm like, well, maybe you want to put me on blood pressure meds before my 4-week, checkup.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from them. I heard from the nurse and she was like, just let me know what's your pharmacy just in case she wants to send meds. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, so I give it to her. And then she goes, you'll probably hear from her today. No call. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'm just sitting over here with high blood pressure. I'm having a whiskey. That's what I'm doing.
Well, that's what I was like, getting heart checked out. You would think that would be high priority, right? And they were like, well, it takes 5 weeks to get into all of these things, all these different tests. I'm like, 5 freaking weeks? Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's a long time. My daughter has to go in for cardiology and pediatric cardiology. I couldn't get her an appointment till June. And get this, she's not allowed to go to gym class until she gets a workup. So she can't be in gym for the rest of the year. which she's very thrilled about.
Yeah. I'm sure she's like, cool. All right, good deal.
And she doesn't really even have anything going on. He doesn't think. He's just being careful because
Yeah.
she's had a couple of high heart rates and we have some valve issues in my family. So he just wants to rule it out. It's not like a big deal. Anna Nowakowski, thanks for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate you so much. Planet Lupa, thanks for the 2. Schmo Judge Bolitho. Oh, I have a new nickname for him. He does not get the McDreamy nickname anymore. No. His new name is Judge Shrug. We've had Judge Grudge. Now we have Judge Shrug. Because this dude looks at all the unprofessionalism that Bruce is doing and he goes, meh, and moves on. His new name is Judge Shrug. And I want to see him referred to that as from now on. I don't want to hear any more McDreamy. I don't like this guy anymore. He's not doing it for me. DUI Guy Plus, we got that one. Can I get a slice? Absolutely. Robert Ward, thanks for the 5. If I listened to the VA every time they did testing, I wouldn't be here. Good for you, Tug. Yeah, you got to be your own advocate in the system. I'm telling you. You got to be. All right, so here's the good news, folks. I'll get back to your super chats in a bit. I have a brand new video, Tug. Brand new video. You know that? You know how I said I was going to write a song every time that there was a denial of Bruce's motions?
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
Well, the Judge Shrug, well, he inspired me to write a new song today. Yes, he did. Because he has been, shall we say, I don't know, is it hoodwinked? Is it bias? What is it exactly? I've made a Twitter thread about it that I thought we should go over before we get into what we're going to read today. Let's start at the end and we'll move backwards. That's how we're going to do it today. We're going to start where we are right now, and then we're going to move backwards. So let me share this with you. No, not that. Share this page. Yes. Okay. All right. So I have a Twitter thread that I thought would be easier for us to go over so that I don't have to pull up all these documents, but I did see a problem with the order that came out today. Dang it, stop doing that. Okay. Here's what I wrote. Judge Bolitho, or Judge Shrug, is showing bias towards an alleged indigent litigant and is allowing her lawyer to cause unnecessary money being spent by the plaintiff by refusing to award court costs when defense won't agree to simple deposition dates. Instead, the judge ordered them to conference again. He also failed to point out the unprofessionalism of Matskin. His criticism only goes one way. And I'm going to give you the receipts on that. So this is his newest order that just came out today. Randy's motion, by the way, that is being denied here just came out yesterday. It just dropped yesterday. So he is still skipped over the whatnot email controversy order. He's still letting
ridiculous.
That hang.
That's ridiculous. You know, he's jumped to the end over and over and over again.
He doesn't want to rule on that one. He doesn't want to rule on that one. Why is that?
The way things have gone, I think I know what the ruling will be.
I think he doesn't want to rule on it because he knows he has to rule in favor of the plaintiff on that one. And he does. He's procrastinating.
We'll see.
So here's the order. See. Upon consideration of the foregoing, it's ordered the parties are required to confer by telephone, which they already did. And they couldn't come to an agreement, which is why Randy put in the order. They're required to confer by telephone or video conference regarding the scheduling of the deposition referenced in the motion. That conference shall be completed by March 11th, which is tomorrow, at 5 p.m. Central. During that conference, the parties shall come to an agreement regarding the date, time, and location of referenced deposition. This is the one for Zim Paget. After agreeing to a date, time, and location, the parties shall file a joint notice advising the court of the agreement. If the parties do not come to an agreement, then the court will order the deposition to occur at a date and time and location of the court's choosing. All right, so that's a threat, which is, if you can't get your shit together, I'm going to do it for you. Normally, I would be fine with that, but this is not okay because in the motion that Randy filed, you will see when we read it later, that they already talked on the phone. And this little pissant sent him some really egregious emails that this judge has nothing to say about. And Randy asked for court costs for making him file this thing, and he should have got it. And he doesn't even mention it. So let's go back in time, shall we? We're going back in time. Get in your DeLorean, get your flux capacitor going. We're going back in time. For reference, in the beginning of the case, Judge Bolitho, or who shall forever be known as Judge Shrug, took a hard-line stance and said he wasn't going to put up with unprofessionalism from anyone. He threatened sanctions. Now let's look and see what he said. He said, hold on, I need to pull in closer to this. What the heck? Why is my full screen? What's going on? There we go. Okay, here we go. Third, a deposition. This is what he said earlier. This is in document 43 filed in December. A deposition is a formal part of a federal court proceeding that is to be conducted professionally and civilly, recognizing that depositions are to be conducted in a professional manner. Name calling, personal attacks, and obstructionist behavior, pay attention to these words, has no place in a deposition or in any other proceeding in this case. Experienced lawyers like the ones involved in this case should be able to control themselves and their clients, but they apparently cannot, which is why the court will supervise the partial redeposition. Everybody in this case is now on notice. If this type of behavior continues, there will be sanctions. Those sanctions will not be light. They may include, honey, hangry, shut the door. Thank you, sweetheart. No one wants to hear you use the bathroom. Thank you. Shut the door. Okay. He has done that. All right. Everybody in this case is now on notice. Those sanctions will not be light. They may include stiff monetary penalties, dismissal of this action, and disciplinary proceedings against the attorneys. Well, that seems clear, doesn't it, Tug?
Yeah. See, he talked a big game for a while.
Oh, big game. Big game. He's Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Big Stuff. He's all, don't fuck with me, right? But that's not what he meant, is it? Because clearly you can screw around with this judge. You can. So here's what he said. Now, in the, it was the footnote. Look at this. In addition to the issues during plaintiff's deposition, there were apparently issues in a deposition that occurred last Friday. Those issues led counsel to call the court, which was presiding over an all-day hearing during the middle of the deposition. Defendant's counsel has indicated they intend to seek dismissal under Rule 37. The court will save defendant's counsel the time of drafting the motion. Dismissal will not be granted. So he was like, I'm not effing around, okay? And here's more. So, among other things, making demeaning remarks about opposing counsel's physical traits and demeanor, and recognizing that a federal court has the power to control admission to its bar and to discipline attorneys. So he was talking a huge game. I'm going to spank your ass if you don't straighten up, right? Is that how you read that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for real. That's exactly how I read that.
Are you going to bed, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Kiss. Put jammies on, okay?
Okay.
You're wearing a tropical shirt, and I'm not sure why. Close my door, okay, bud? I love you. His sister is putting him to bed for me, which is nice. Then he called out plaintiff's counsel for an unprofessional response without knowing the context of the response in the email. Shockett was responding to defendant's demand that plaintiff stop talking about this case publicly and violating his First Amendment rights. No lawyer should ever agree to that. All right, let's open this in a new tab, and so I can zoom in. Here's when the judge went after Randy Shockett for being unprofessional, of all things. More specifically, the court believes the plaintiff's counsel does not entirely have clean hands. According to defendant's response, in an email exchange regarding attempts to resolve some of the issues raised in the motion, plaintiff's attorney responded, I will never stipulate to anything that has no basis in the jurisprudence of the world. Please stop acting like you're not an attorney. That was an entirely unprofessional response, and it is emblematic of the petty bickering that has permeated this litigation. It further appears that plaintiff's counsel failed to respond to an email sent by defendant's counsel in an effort to resolve some issues raised in the motion to compel. So, just as the court will not countenance the lodging of improper boilerplate objections, it will not reward plaintiff's counsel for responding unprofessionally to attempts made by defendant's counsel to resolve the issues raised in the motion to compel. Okay, so he went after Randy pretty hard, wouldn't you say? That's a smack, right? Okay, so he went after Randy, and because of it, he did not give Randy what he wanted, which was any court costs or sanctions on that one, even though he probably should have got that. Now let's go over to my next thread. And maybe if the judge was fair in calling out snarky emails, that would have been palatable. But he only does it to the plaintiff's lawyer. Here's an unprofessional email sent from Matskin to Shockett, which made its way into a filing, accusing counsel of obstructing justice and insisting Shockett schedule a deposition of a witness he does not represent. Here's the email about Paget deposition. Counsel, this is from Bruce to Randy. You refused to assist, and I have reason to believe you counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate in scheduling his deposition. Well, reason to believe? Where's your evidence of that? Mr. Shockett does not represent Zim Paget. He can't just, he has no duty to call him and schedule a deposition on behalf of Bruce Matskin. But look at this. Wouldn't you call this unprofessional?
Yeah. He keeps doing this over and over again. He keeps making these baseless accusations. And again, the judge said, I'm not going to tolerate anything whatsoever. So
and he went straight after Randy. And all of us were like, well, Randy should be more careful when he sends emails because this judge is really paying attention. But that's a good thing, because if he's really paying attention, he'll catch Bruce, because Bruce is terrible. But what is he doing? He's just shrugging. Judge shrug. Okay, what's the next thing? Okay, it gets worse. That wasn't the only email that he sent. Let me get the bigger one. Here's the email. This is from Randy's motion that we are going to read in its entirety, but I just pulled out some just to show you the hypocrisy. Here's the full email. I have asked him to help coordinate with you, and this is to Mr. Paget, so talking about Randy, but he refuses to assist. If you refuse to agree to appear for deposition, we will ensure you are precluded from testifying in the unlikely event this case goes to trial. Now, if I were the judge and I saw this email, I would be like, excuse me, I already told you this is going to trial. Remember when the judge said this is going to trial? Mm-hmm. I would be upset that this guy was out there telling witnesses that this is not likely to go to trial. I think that that's bullshit, especially because he's already been told, oh, this is going to trial. Otherwise, now he's going to threaten the witness. Otherwise, you'll be subpoenaed to appear on the date of my choosing, and there will be no further rescheduling. So if you're not willing to appear on March 21st, I will choose the date and I'll subpoena you and you'll have to be there. By the way, why didn't he just send a subpoena? Do you have an idea, Tug, why he didn't just subpoena Zim Paget?
I don't know why.
I think he's out of money. And that
would make sense since he's out there begging money up,
Well, Veteran Nation mentioned it last night, and I think he's 100% right. He's out of money, and it costs money to subpoena someone. You have to get it served. You have to pay, and he doesn't like to pay his bills.
Yeah, I mean, he's asking for other people to pay for the depot that already happened for Jeremy Hales. How does, by the way, how does he expect depot to be happening with anyone else if he can't
I have,
afford it with other people?
I have no idea. I have no idea. But it gets worse. It gets worse. We aren't even done. Here's how it gets worse. This is from Randy's motion. We're going to read in its entirety, but look at this. Also, please be informed that this is from Randy to Matskin. We are not representing Mr. Paget. Thank you. So letting you know that we have a conflict with the date and time. Please give us more dates to choose. Also be informed we're not representing him. So it's on you. You go, he's your witness.
Yeah.
You go and find him. He responded and said, Counsel, you ignored my several efforts to coordinate this deposition, and you also counseled Mr. Paget to not cooperate, forcing me to choose the date and time and have him subpoenaed without your input. Everything you do is intended to obstruct, including this false claim of conflict.
Wait. So having someone not come in and do deposition is obstruction?
Yeah, isn't that something?
That's fascinating, Bruce. I'll keep a little mark on that. Remember that.
Isn't that interesting?
It
Now,
is considering every person, that was supposed to show up for other things seems to have been coached by someone into not showing up, which they brag about over and over again.
I know. And even those people who were scheduled to be deposed who didn't show up, like Fleesa, those people were told that she got her advice from Bruce, clearly. But let's go back again. Here's what the judge said. Name calling, personal attacks, and obstructionist behavior has no place in a deposition or any other proceeding in this case. Who is doing the personal attacks and the obstructing now? Randy has a scheduled something on the day. He's got something already scheduled for a different case. The obstructing is happening with Bruce, who refuses to look at a different day on the calendar when Randy's available, which, as he will point out in his motion that the judge denied, is a violation of the rules of professional conduct to not, take into consideration opposing counsel's schedule. Who's being obstructionist? Who's making personal attacks? Bruce. Why hasn't the judge noticed this? I'm upset. I need to calm down. I'm yelling. Why am I yelling? I'm yelling. I need to stop yelling. I'm not going to take my blood pressure right now. I'm sure it's going to be through the roof. Where's my button?
I have anxiety over the roof.
If this type of behavior continues, there will be sanctions. Liar. What a twat this guy is. Can I say that on YouTube? Okay, send super chats. I may be demonetized after saying that. All right, wait. There was one more I need to get to, which is... here it is. Okay. So my last post in the thread says, surely this should have gotten the judge's attention. All those the nastiness in the email towards Randy Shockett. You're doing this. You're obstructing. You're the one who's, everything you do is for wasting time. I mean, he has no evidence of any of this stuff. He's just accusing. Surely this should have gotten the judge's attention. The lawyers had a phone conference already, during which Matskin refused to accommodate Shockett's schedule. Instead of sanctioning Matskin like he promised to do, Judge Shrug denied Shockett's request and ordered them to confer on the phone again. No mention of the unprofessional accusations from counsel. Where's tough guy judge when defendants act badly?
The judge said that he would not have anyone driving up costs, and all of this is driving up other people's costs.
It is. And how is it driving up other people's costs? Well, let me show you. Because Randy had to file an entirely new motion in order to get the judge's attention that Bruce was not playing by the rules. Now, I want to know why this is okay for Bruce to do, but Randy can't say to him, I'm not doing anything for, I won't stipulate to that because no one in the history of the world has stipulated to removing my client's First Amendment rights.
Right.
He's right about that. No one in the history of jurisprudence is going to say, oh, sure, I'll take away my client's First Amendment rights. You swear an oath when you're an attorney. You swear an oath to uphold the Constitution. If the judge had just read the context, I think he would have had a different opinion. Chat, can you see the motion on the screen? I just want to make sure because StreamYard's acting weird. And I want to make sure that you can see it. All right. Do you feel like reading at all today, Tug, or are you feeling bad?
Why don't you read for right now, and then I'll see how it goes.
All right. So this is the order that the plaintiff's motion for protective order that Randy put in, and that's the one that was denied. So let's read this. Plaintiff Jeremy B. Hales, by and through undersigned counsel and pursuant to federal rules, moves this honorable court for protective order to reschedule the deposition of a witness, Zim Paget, for a date convenient for all parties and to preclude the deposition date of March 12, 2025, unilaterally selected and noticed by defendant's counsel when defendant's counsel was fully aware that plaintiff's attorney already had a previously scheduled deposition set for the same morning in a state court case and therefore was not available on March 12th. And in support thereof states as follows. On Friday, February 28th, 2025 at 12:16 p.m. And pay attention, folks, to the timestamps. So at 12 p.m., defendant's counsel emailed the undersigned seeking to take the deposition of Mr. Zim Paget, who is unrepresented by plaintiff's counsel. In other words, I don't represent this guy.
That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one too. He is allowed his choice of counsel too,
Yeah, and you don't email a random lawyer who doesn't represent this man to say, I want to take this guy's deposition. He's not Randy's client. You need to contact Mr. Paget or his attorney, not Randy Shockett. And the email stated, counsel, I ask that you arrange for Mr. Paget's appearance via Zoom link for a maximum 1-hour deposition. Oh, and you know what? Do you think Randy Shockett reached out to Bruce Matskin to schedule Fleece's deposition?
Yeah, 100% no.
No, you know what he did? He sent a subpoena. He found her.
Yeah, but like you said, there's a little cash prize that he seems to be down on.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't call Bruce to have Bruce schedule Lisa's deposition. He did it through a subpoena, like a real lawyer is supposed to do. Stating, counsel, I ask that you arrange for Mr. Paget's appearance via Zoom link for a maximum 1-hour deposition. This is within your ability to do if willing. Please advise. A copy of this email is attached here too as Exhibit 1. On the next business day, Monday, March 3 at 10:38 a.m., okay, reasonable time, defendant's counsel emailed the undersigned and attached a unilaterally scheduled notice of deposition stating, counsel, you refused to assist and I have reason to believe you counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate in scheduling his deposition. Of course, he doesn't say why he has reason to believe. If there is an issue with the scheduled date or time, he can agree to appear voluntarily at an agreed time that is more convenient. Please let him know he can contact me for that purpose. Again, asking a lawyer who doesn't represent this man to contact him. It doesn't work that way. The email and the notice of deposition are attached here too as Exhibits 2. On Wednesday, okay, so that was on Monday, March 3rd. On Wednesday, March 5th, at 8:30 in the morning, Emma DeGamo, legal assistant for the undersigned, emails defendant's counsel stating, good morning, Mr. Matskin. Unfortunately, there is a conflict with that date and time. Please give us more dates to choose. Also, please be informed that we are not representing Mr. Paget. Thank you. A copy of this email is attached here too as Exhibit 4. On Wednesday, the same day, at 10:57, so that was 2 hours, almost 3 afterwards, defendant's counsel replied to the undersigned only as follows. Counsel, you ignored my several efforts to coordinate this deposition. And you also, now this isn't even I think you did, it's you did, counsel Mr. Paget to not cooperate, forcing me to choose the date and time and have him subpoenaed without your input. Everything you do is intended to obstruct, including this false claim of a conflict.
See, he makes so many claims like this. Again, all the time. He's coming up with these bizarre conspiracies.
Yep. He really does have a tinfoil hat problem.
He really
I
does.
feel like when we talk about him, this is his new button.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
You should get that checked, Bruce. It's not healthy to have a conspiracy for everything, Like, I don't think the frogs are turning gay, but maybe you do. Yeah. So if Mr. Paget contacts me in response to being subpoenaed, I would be willing at his request to change the date to the 11th, 13th, or 14th at 10 a.m. Otherwise, I will proceed on the 12th as noticed. A copy of this email is attached here too as Exhibit 5. Who is calling me right now? Oh, that is definitely a fake call. That's spam. I sent them to voicemail. On Friday, March 7th, 2025, at approximately...
I'm very tempted to ring your phone right in the middle of this now.
Well, I'm wearing my Apple Watch, so it buzzes my wrist.
That's even funnier. See, now I'm very tempted. You're supposed to dissuade, not be like, ha, 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 ha.
Well, if you do it, I will pay attention to you. I would answer it if it was you.
Yeah, that would be funny in the middle of a string. Be like, just a minute, I've got to mute my mic
Tug's
so
on
I
the
can
other
talk
line.
on the phone.
What's up, Tug? What's going on? But tell me all about it. Oh, God. Neat Scholar, I see your comment. That's so funny. Says, not sure Alex Jones' clip is good to represent this dude. Alex ends up being right most of the time.
More
it's
than
weird how that happens.
It's much more than for BBB. That's for damn sure.
It's true. He has a better record. It's true.
What is my problem?
All right. I have so many Alex Jones buttons. Don't get me started. I will play them all. This one's my favorite one.
See, my superpower is being honest. I'll eat your ass. I will. I'll do it. I will eat your ass.
They made a song out of that rant that is so good about hauling his neighbor up by a chain. I think this was during the pandemic. I will haul you up by a chain and skin you and eat you. He was basically saying, like, I'm going to survive. Like, and oh my God, it was an epic song. Someone made a meme song out of it. You guys should look it up. Look up Alex Jones Eat Your Ass on YouTube. It's worth it. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me. All right. On Friday at approximately 2 p.m., a mandatory local rule 7.1 telephone conference was held. This is important because the judge basically orders them to do the thing they already did. Okay? They did it. They called each other. Defendant's counsel refused to reschedule the deposition. After the call, defendant's counsel wrote the undersigned stating, I offered you 3 alternative dates for Paget's deposition, and you immediately began with demands other than what was offered. You could have had the witness, who has already cooperated with you because of the affidavit, inform you what date he prefers. You and he both ignored several attempts by me to schedule his deposition by coordination and forced me to send notice of a date of my choosing. It will be on the 12th. 5 minutes later, okay, so that would be at 2:05 p.m., the undersigned responded, wrote defendant's counsel stating, "You actually did not offer anything." Now, where have we seen this before? Where have we seen before that Bruce sends emails about phone calls he hasn't made or hasn't said the thing he said in it? He sends emails after the phone call where remember when he hung up on Randy?
Oh,
He hung
yeah.
up.
And then said that he had phone call, different one. Yeah.
And then he sent a quick email saying, "Counsel, I think I missed your call," but they were
Yeah.
on the phone together. And that was a lie. This is what he does. So they have a conversation. Then he sends an email that says the opposite of what happened. 5 minutes later, the undersigned responded, wrote defendant's counsel stating, "You actually did not offer anything. You withdrew it in the middle of your sentence. Please be advised that I have a deposition that was previously scheduled and coordinated with opposing counsel on February 7th, 2025 for that exact same time. As an officer of the court, do whatever you have to do with this information. It will be provided to the judge in this case. Accordingly, a copy of the scheduling conflict being attached here too is Exhibit 6. The undersigned offered March 21st, 2025 as a date in which he would be available to attend the deposition of Mr. Paget, which, look, guys, the 21st is not far from now. Let's look. It is literally the week after next. Okay, let me look at my calendar. So Bruce wants to do this on Wednesday, which is day after tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The 21st is the Friday after next. It's not that far out. I mean, that's reasonable. Instead of agreeing to this mutually coordinated date, defendant's counsel wrote to Mr. Paget on Friday, March 7th, stating, "Mr. Paget, I have emailed and phoned you, but you have ignored me. You gave an affidavit." Wait, I feel like I need my voice here. Hold on.
Mr. Paget, I have emailed and phoned you, but you have ignored me. You gave an affidavit to Attorney Shockett, Jeremy Hales, previously attached. I have asked him to help coordinate with you, but he refuses to assist. If you refuse to agree to appear for deposition, we will ensure you are precluded from testifying in the unlikely event this case goes to trial. I have noticed your deposition from March 12th at 10 a.m. via remote link. See the attached notice. Mr. Shockett has asked me to accommodate his claimed scheduling conflict by rescheduling your deposition for March 21st. Please reply if you are willing to appear from any location for deposition on March 21st at 10 a.m. or a different date no later than the 20th. Otherwise, you'll be subpoenaed to appear on the date of my choosing, and there will be no further rescheduling. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation in light of Attorney Shockett's request to reschedule your deposition.
A copy of this email is attached here too as Exhibit 7, which this is so confusing too. It's like, hey, I'm noticing your deposition for March 12th, but if you can appear on the 21st, let me know. But I'm still going to do it when I want to. Like, what the hell? The undersigned followed up with defendant's counsel, asking him to confirm that the March 12th deposition for Mr. Paget was not going to occur on that date. Defendant's counsel has refused to do so. The law governs and provides that a court for good cause shown may make any order which justice requires to protect a party or person from annoyance, embarrassment, oppression, or undue burden or expense. While Rule 26, oh God, not Rule 26.
Every time.
Every time. While Rule 26C articulates a single standard for ruling on a protective order motion, that of good cause, the federal courts have superimposed a somewhat more demanding balancing of interests approach under the rule. Generally, a party moving for a protective order, and by the way, this is not a protective order like to seal the record. It just means I'm asking the judge to not allow this deposition to happen at the time I can't make it. And that is the problem. Generally, a party moving for protective order must make a specific demonstration of facts in support of the request, as well as of the harm that will result without a protective order. Plaintiff shows good cause for this court to grant this motion. Here, plaintiff's counsel had a legitimate conflict for the date unilaterally set by defendant's counsel. And this conflict was communicated to defendant's counsel in sufficient time for him to reschedule the deposition for a mutually convenient date. Plaintiff's counsel did not expect, you know what I think, Tug? I think that Bruce wants Randy to respond to him within 2 minutes every time he sends out an email.
It actually seems like that. He also, a lot of this fit throwing, he's hoping that some way he can get them excluded from testifying. He's hoping he can needle away the people. Like there's certain names that he's hoping that he can knock out. That's what all of this is about. Like when you read it. That's what he's telling you. He actually said it there. Because in the unlikely event that we go to trial then.
Look, I love trolls. I really do. And I like people who push back. So not to upset any of you who sent super chats earlier, but I'm going to pull this one up now because I just saw it. Snowy Hurricane, thanks to the 5. You guys need to quit pissing your pants and having a panic attack if a ruling doesn't go your way. I'd hate to watch a basketball game with you guys. Okay, first of all, I'm not having a panic attack. I'm not pissing my pants either. I'm just pissed in general because, frankly, this is bullshit. I just showed you evidence that the judge said he wasn't going to put up with unprofessional conduct by these lawyers. He called out Randy for what he saw as an unprofessional comment in an email. Randy gives him the unprofessional, emails between him and Bruce, and he says nothing about it. Absolutely nothing. He says nothing about it. He denies the motion. No, I'm sorry. It's not fair. This is not unbiased judging. This is biased judging. This is what we had with Judge Grudge. And I'm starting to believe, Tug, that Jeremy Hales can't get a fair trial because for whatever reason, the judges who are involved in these cases, they look at him and they see a very wealthy man with a lot of privilege, and they see a woman who's claiming to be indigent and disabled and all these problems,
I have anxiety over the roof.
And having a pro bono attorney, and they immediately glom onto that. I'm getting very concerned that Jeremy Hales can get a fair trial because of who he is and how much he makes. And by the way, Snowy Hurricane, I am terrible to watch any football, basketball, anything with. I am terrible. I will admit it. If we're losing, I'm like nails on a chalkboard.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's the fact that you have a judge that says, I'm not going to put up with any BS. None at all. I'm not dealing with it. And in fact, decided that he was going to make an example out of that. He called out email and he said, this will not happen in emails. But you look at all of these examples in emails where you have this again and again. You're not supposed to be able to accuse opposing counsel of all kinds of BS, call them liars and more. If he wants that to be the norm, if he wants a WWE match, then that's awesome. Let's have one. I'm down for that.
But he set a precedent. I'm with you, Tug. I'm down with that too. Like if you're going to let it be a grudge match, like let him just let him go.
Yeah, let's play for blood. Let's have a good one,
But he didn't do that.
Yeah.
He said, my courtroom is not going to be this. We're not going to have a grudge match here. But he's letting Bruce get away with a thing he didn't let Randy get away with. And I don't like that at all. I don't have a problem with him coming down on Randy for being what he considered unprofessional. But I do have a problem with him not coming down on Bruce for the same exact fucking thing. Oh, Gina points out a very good point. Megan, look at the emails from Randy. A lady associate answered BBB email. He ignored her and replied to Randy and not the assistant. I know, he does that every time.
Yeah, well, he said he doesn't. he said he doesn't reply to these female assistants. So
Steve says, I think Megan Fox needs a medical timeout. 10 minutes to play with some Legos, maybe play with the dog or a cat. I'm not sure she's taken a breath in the last 5 minutes. It's true. I'm pissed off. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay. So Randy continues here to say, plaintiff's counsel did not expect that this motion would be necessary, and in fact, expected that defendant's counsel would reschedule the deposition, as most attorneys do cooperate in accommodating scheduling conflicts. Yeah, that's just normal. See Local Rule 11.1G, Professional Conduct. An attorney must comply with the rules of professional conduct that are part of the rules regulating the Florida Bar, as amended from time to time, or with any set of rules adopted by the Florida Bar in their place, unless federal law provides otherwise. The Florida Bar's guidelines for professional conduct states, attorneys must, except in extraordinary circumstances, communicate with opposing counsel before scheduling depositions, hearings, and other proceedings, to schedule them at times that are mutually convenient for all interested persons. And unless there's an extraordinary circumstance to unilaterally schedule a deposition, hearing, or other proceeding, attorneys should not unilaterally schedule any depositions, hearings, or other proceedings. And it's weird because Randy never said to him, I can't do this deposition at all. He just said, I'm not free on the 12th. Can we do a different day? This is garbage right here. And there's a link to where the bar rules are. All right. Do you feel like reading yet, or are you still not reading?
Not really. I don't know how good my reading will be today.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll let you off the hook. I only have a few more pages. It is well established that the unilateral setting of depositions, especially coupled with an unwillingness to reschedule the deposition dates, leads to the filing of unnecessary motions, and that such motions are a waste of the party's time. That's right, because he could have just scheduled it with them on the 21st. Time and money, as well as a waste of judicial resources. And just to remind the chat, I have written a new song. I have a new video to debut for you. Maybe I should set a super chat goal. I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that yet, but we'll just wait and see. So far, it's going along pretty swimmingly, so maybe I don't have to set a goal.
Good. Seems to be going good so far.
It's going fine. Request for reasonable fees and costs. Plaintiff hereby requests an award of expenses incurred for the filing of this motion pursuant to Federal Rules Civil Procedure 26C3, under which the requesting party is entitled to its costs, including reasonable attorney's fees, unless the requesting party failed to make a good faith attempt to obtain the discovery without a court order, the responding party's position was substantially justified, or other circumstances make an award of expenses unjust. For the above reasons, plaintiff is entitled to his reasonable attorney's fees and costs because undersigned counsel participated in email exchanges with defendants in an attempt to resolve the dispute. 2, defendant's refusal to reschedule the unilaterally set deposition is unreasonable under the circumstances and not justified given the facts and applicable law. Yeah, I mean, it isn't justified. Randy literally only said he couldn't make it that one day. There's no reason why he can't pick another day. And 3, an award of attorney's fees and costs would not be unjust. Right, because he shouldn't have had to write this motion in the first place. Conclusion. Pursuant to the above, plaintiff respectfully requests that the court enter an order granting this motion, preventing the deposition of the witness from taking place on March 12th, and awarding plaintiff the costs and reasonable attorney's fees associated with bringing this motion, which he shouldn't have had to bring, or any part of this motion, permitting a court to make a reasonable apportionment of expenses should a motion be granted in part and denied in part. Okay, and then there's the good faith certification, which we don't have to read. There are exhibits of the emails. Did you get those redacted, Tug?
I did. Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And I will let you bring those up.
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me blow on each one of them up. All right,
So
we will go with 92.1 first.
Okay.
All right, there we are. 92.1.
All right. Chat, just confirm for me that you can see that.
Yeah, I don't have my.
I think StreamYard fixed their problem.
I do too. I didn't have any problems, the day after, and I haven't seen a problem since then. But I'm paranoid about it. Like you
I know
are.
I'm paranoid too. And the chat says yes, they can see it. Okay, so that's good. All right, so here we go. We have Paget deposition subject Friday, February 28th, 12 p.m. To Randy Shockett. Counsel, I ask that you arrange for Mr. Paget's appearance via Zoom link for a maximum 1 hour deposition. This is within your ability to do if willing. Well, that's assuming something that it's within his ability to do. Zim is not his client. I don't know why it would be in his ability to do.
Yeah, well, why? I don't get that at all either. I mean, that's why I don't get the idea that they should sit down and talk more about this. Like, how are you supposed to make that happen? Again, just schedule him, make him come in. They have the ability to do that.
It's strange. All right, that's the only one on this one, right? Number one.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Basic. So let's see. Then we have 92.2. Blowing them up here.
Jeremy, by the way, did say that Bruce did not turn over any discovery. I don't know if you caught that on the Sunday Night Live, but he did say that. No discovery.
I didn't catch it. Yeah, no, after I didn't catch much of anything on Saturday, but I'm not shocked, just to be honest. I figured he was going to play that game, and man, I'm telling you, if the judge doesn't say anything about that, that's beyond
he's still sitting.
Up.
He's still sitting on the whatnot email motion, which I can't figure out. Why are you sitting on that, Judge?
Look, Bruce
shrug on that one too. You're going to give it a big shrug. You've got defendant's counsel contacting one of Jeremy Hales' contractual business partners, calling him a pedophile. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. A PDF file. Damn it, it's too late. All right, send super chats. We're definitely getting demonetized. I won't be able to turn on monetization after this. I said the P word. Damn it. What is my problem?
What is my problem?
Okay. Here's another one, March 3rd, 10:38 a.m. From Bruce to Randy. Counsel, you refuse to assist, and I have reason to believe you've counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate in scheduling his deposition. So blah, blah, blah.
He went straight to the fit too. I mean, he went straight to it.
Yeah. And this is the notice of deposition.
Yeah. Okay.
God, this guy.
And let's see, 92.3.
Yeah, I'm still confused too, Jim. Jim says, I'm still confused. Why is it Randy's responsibility to have Zim do a depo? It isn't.
It's not. It's not at all. He doesn't represent him.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
So I don't know why they would have to confer anymore. I don't get it,
Yeah, me either. I don't get it either. Okay, what's this? This is notice of deposition. So then he went ahead and noticed it on the 12th. On the date, Randy said he couldn't make it. Okay.
And let's see, 92. I'm just pulling them up by number,
Yep.
So 92.4.
There we go. Okay.
This is from Emma
Emma DeGama. So this is Randy's assistant. She says, "Good morning, Mr. Matskin. Unfortunately, there's a conflict with that time. Please give us more dates to choose. Also, please be informed. We're not representing Zim Paget." Okay.
Yeah, I think that's
And then the
understandable.
response cut her
Okay.
out. Look at
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at the response. It cut her out and only replied to Randy.
Yeah,
He
he's just like,
forwarded. Did he forward it to Randy?
no. He cut it.
I think
Did
he
he?
did.
Yeah,
I think
it
he
actually
did.
does look like he did.
I think he forwarded instead of responding
Instead
to
of
Emma.
responding straight to her, he was like, none of you.
Yeah, skipping you. It's like an Uno game. Skip you. Counsel, you refused to assist, and I have reason to believe you counseled Mr. Paget not to cooperate in scheduling his deposition. If there's an issue with the scheduled time or date, he can agree to appear voluntarily at an agreed time that's more convenient. Please let him know. He can contact me for that purpose. But yet again, he's assuming that Randy's in contact with Zim Paget.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't Bruce just call Zim at his office or whatever? Isn't he the mayor of Otter Creek?
Well, why is Randy supposed to have anything to do with this again? Like other people have said, I don't get what Randy's role in this is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay, so we have 92.5.
All right. All right. So this was from Bruce to Randy. You ignored my several efforts to coordinate this deposition, and you also counseled Mr. Paget to not cooperate, which I highly doubt if Randy's not in contact with him, as he said he isn't. Forcing me to choose the date and time and have him subpoenaed without your input. Everything you do is intended to obstruct, including this false claim of a conflict. If Mr. Paget contacts me in response to being subpoenaed, I would be willing at his request to change the date to the 11th, 13th, 14th at 10 a.m. Otherwise, I will proceed on the 12th as noticed. Please provide dates for your own deposition to avoid scheduling conflict. Well, he already did. He said the 12th.
Yeah, and he's like, but there's a false claim of it. What?
It's so crazy. Any date in March beginning with the 17th will work for me. Well, then why didn't you reschedule it after the 12th? Why didn't you do it instead of just filing for the 12th?
Yeah, I mean that would make sense, right?
It would, but he didn't do that. This is so crazy.
All of this is okay. So that one, I was making sure, just rolling it back to make sure what it looked like. Okay, 92.6 was that is the notice of taking deposition. So that is here. Give me. Oh, okay, yeah. Give me a minute. This was his example with.
All right, so this is so he went ahead and filed of a notice of taking a deposition on the 12th, even though he knew there was a conflict. So he just did it.
Yeah, he did it anyway.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like, why do you do this? Why do you behave this way?
Because he's behaved like this with more. This isn't unique. This is how he acts, and
the judge is shrugging. He is shrugging, and it did. It inspired me to write a new song. Who wants to hear it? I have a new video for you. Oh, you have one more. Okay. Mm-hmm. When we're done with this one, I will play it. All right. Here we go.
Yeah, so here's 92.7.
All right, Mr. Paget, I've emailed and phoned you, but you have ignored me. Oh, God forbid. I mean, I can't blame Mr. Paget for ignoring this psycho. I've ignored him too, because I don't speak to people who write like crazy people. Like, I just don't. I have emailed you and phoned you, but you have ignored me. You gave an affidavit to Attorney Shockett, Jeremy Hales, previously. I have asked him to help coordinate with you, but he refuses to assist. If you refuse to agree to appear for a deposition, we will ensure you are precluded from testifying in the unlikely event this case goes to trial. The case is going to trial, Bruce.
Yeah, they've already said that it was going to trial. The judge said that.
The judge said that. I have noticed your deposition for March 12th at 10 a.m. via remote link. See the attached notice. Mr. Shockett has asked me to accommodate his claimed scheduling conflict by rescheduling your deposition for March 21st. Please respond if you're willing to appear on March 21st or on a different date, no later than the 20th. Otherwise, you'll be subpoenaed to appear on the date of my choosing, and there will be no further rescheduling. It's interesting how he is so adamant that Zim Paget show up for a deposition, but none of the ecosystem showed up for theirs.
Yeah. And who coached them for that?
He did.
Yep.
He did. And he told them it wasn't necessary and they didn't have to go there. All right, guys, I have a new video for you. And y'all have been very generous tonight, so I am going to play it for you. This is my new song. It's basically it's called Justice Stays Blind.
Motherfuck with.
Yo, check this rich player, cash flow thick, storage unit king, stacking brick on brick. Then these broke ass neighbors flip the script. Skinny old broad and her ex, a straight trip. She's rocking braids, playing pitiful and sad. Judges all soft like poor granny, my bad. He's flashing gas, threatening the rich man's dome. No sympathy for wealth, the cops leave him alone. She's a shady hag, junk shed queen, faking frail vibes, but her hustle's mean. Rate 50 fixed case, still crying broke. Judges don't care, justice is a joke. No tears for the baller, system's cold as ice. His reps getting torch, paying twice the price. They stalk, they lie, medias they flex. Rich man screwed, nobody's vexed. We see it. Yo, justice ain't real. Rich man's world, no pity, no deal. Poor axe the key, they play it so slick. Judge Slug, he's rich. Who gives a lick? Scales tip hard, favoring the grime. Wealth's a curse in this courtroom crime. She's a con, he's a threat. They run the show. Rich man's pleased, they just let him go. Just let him go. So we watch this mess. Truth's out of sight. Rich cats fighting, money drains away. No love for the loaded, that's the game they play. Justice stays blind, cause the poor card wins the day. With the fuck play. She's a shady hag, junk shed queen, faking frail vibes, but her hustle's mean. Raped in fifth case, still crying broke. Judges don't care, justice is a joke. No tears for the baller, system's cold as ice. His reps getting torch, paying twice the price. They stalk, they lie, media's that flex. Rich man screwed, nobody's vexed. We see it, yo, justice ain't real. Rich man's world, no pity, no deal. Poor axe the key, they play it so slick. Judge Shrug, he's rich. Who gives a lick? Scales tip hard, favoring the grind. Wealth's a curse in this courtroom crime. She's a con, he's a threat. They run the show. Rich man's pleased, they just let him go. Just let him go. So we watch this mess. Truth's out of sight. Rich cats fighting, money drains away. No love for the loaded, that's the game they play. Justice stays blind, cause the poor card wins the day. Yeah, yeah. Steve, let him go. We still, justice ain't real. Rich man's world, no pity, no deal. Poor axe the key, they play it so slick. Judge Slug, he's rich. Who gives a lick? Scales tip hard, favoring the grime. Wealth's a curse in his courtroom crime. She's a con, he's a threat. They run the show. Rich man's pleased, they just let him go. Just let him go. So we watch this mess. Truth's out of sight. Rich cats fighting, money drains away. No love for the loaded, that's the game they play. Justice stays blind, cause the poor card wins the day. He's rich, who gives a lick?
And that's really what I think the problem is here. I think that the problem is, Tug, that the judge has fallen for, as did Judge Grudge, the poor, disabled, sick child, pro bono attorney, even though she's raking it in, right? They're raking it in every night on those shows, money after money, 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 money. And they're falling for it. They're falling for it. She's indigent, poor, disabled. And I've never seen a case like this before, where the guy with the most money is at a disadvantage because of his money. I've never seen that before, but I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think he fell for the buzzwords.
Absolutely. He did. And in fact, you know what's funny? I was working on another TLDR, and I actually have a timestamp. I actually want to play this for you, actually, because I can show you. I can show it to you happening in real time. I can show you her pulling the wool over a judge's eyes in real time, because I have it. Oh, do I still have it open is the question. I think I do. I don't think I... Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, let me share that. Hold on. Present screen. I have... Oh, I can't share my audio of my window, though. That's the problem. Shoot. Oh, I can share a video, though. Okay, wait. Let me make sure I know what video it is. It is... So I have her at the first hearing, because I was making notes for a TLDR, right? And I have her at the first hearing, and she starts saying she is... This would be in part 1, to give the temporary TRO. All right, I've got a timestamp. Let me find it. All right, I can do this. Preston v. Hales. It is 11/29, part 1. There we go. And it is timestamp 13/18. All right, let's see. 13/18.
Ms. Preston, if you're not relying on those and those witnesses are not here, it's likely those are all hearsay.
It's fine.
And they're not going to be
I
relied
don't need
upon.
them.
So my question to you is just a matter of logistics. I got one other case substantively. I just want to make sure that if we're going to have to deal with tech issues or whatever, timing issues, so you have no other witnesses, correct?
Not at this time, John.
This is the time, so if
But
we're ready.
I have a child that has a life-threatening metabolic disorder. We cannot leave her with anyone. So we can't keep her safe that way from catching the virus or some kind of illness. So I can't have my other witness come because he's in the vehicle with the child. It's fine. It is what it is.
Well,
That's it right there. Right there. And these judges fall for it every single time. I don't have my evidence because I have a child with a life-threatening metabolic disorder. I can't show you the evidence of all these things that I said he did to me. And this, by the way, is the case that she had to eventually drop because she wasted the court's time. She never showed any evidence. Her evidence was garbage. None of it was real. And she would give these excuses. I have a child with a metabolic disorder, and I can't have my witnesses because my only witness can stay with the child. This is how she does it.
It is wild. But I mean, yeah, it works.
It works every time. It works every time, except for with that judge in Ohio. God bless her.
It's because it's a female judge.
Yeah, we need
Because
a
male
female
judges are
judge.
fucking suckers, man.
Suckers.
They are. Like, I mean, that's why male judges should never be allowed to preside over divorce courts or anything else because, you know, they fall for all kinds of bullshit.
Oh, total suckers. Telling you, absolute suckers. Do we want to show the donor screenshots, or do you want to wait on
I
those?
haven't collected them all yet.
Okay. All right, we'll wait on
Yes,
those.
that is fascinating though. So apparently the ecosystem has been turning on the donor, the big donor, even worse, because it looks like the big donor is starting to start to ask questions. Now that's fascinating to me, but there's a lot of screenshots that need to be collected before that one would be ready.
All right, cool. And just to remind you, Bruce is still raising money to pay for his second Hales deposition invoice for $3,878.81 that he hasn't paid. He's only raised $680 of that bill. So how is he going to pay for Zim Paget's deposition exactly? How is that going to work? How? I just don't understand.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering like how, he can step up and act all big and bad, but at the same time, how's he going to follow through? Like, what's he going to do? If he can't afford to do all these things, how's he going to subpoena and throw his weight around if he doesn't have any fucking money to do it with?
Well, it's a very good question. And I wonder if his, balking at this deposition and trying to get Randy to do his job for him is about saving money so he doesn't have to subpoena him.
I think
That's why he wants to put it on Randy. But Randy, it's not fair that Jeremy, I don't care how much money Jeremy makes. And this is the point of the song that I wrote. I don't care how much money he makes. He shouldn't have to be paying double because the other litigant is crying poor when we know she's got $56,000 that was donated to her and wasn't spent on anything it was supposed to be spent on. And
doesn't
I don't
matter.
care how much Jeremy makes. I don't care. He should only have to pay for his attorney's fees, not hers. And his lawyer shouldn't be having to put in motions to make her attorney behave like a normal ass attorney instead of whatever the hell he's doing.
And it doesn't matter what she wants to spend that money on because, again, people that are in court, they don't want to spend money on court actions. Like anybody would rather spend their money on something else.
Of course.
Of
course. Ugh, it just makes me mad. I'm mad. I am mad. I feel angry. And that's not good for my blood pressure. So I'm going to have to find something to laugh about. But here's the good news. Y'all have been so sweet and so supportive of the show. And I really appreciate you. So I'm going to get to Super Chats and read those. Tug, how you feeling? You want to hang out for that or you want to?
I think I'm going to bounce. I think, I'm glad I get to do stuff today, but it's been a long day, like I said,
No, I know. You've had a long day with doctors. Just assure the chat that everything's good. You got your test that you were supposed to get done. Everything got done.
Everything's been good. I mean, I'm exactly where I should be. I had all this stuff that was scheduled to do. I've been waiting for weeks to get done, and I finally got it scheduled. I'm just tired, and again, they give me nitro today. From all the movies that you watch where they're like, "My heart, I got to dig my
nitroglycerin."
Yeah. So they gave me that. It's part of the test, but that was awful. That was very awful.
What was bad about it?
It's like they kept telling me it would taste weird. First of all, they kept saying it'll be like a spicy peppermint or something, maybe. And I was like, if that was a spicy peppermint, holy God, that it was more like some kind of horrible freaking. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. It's not like spice. It's like dropping some acid under my tongue. So I was like, this hurts. It's not good. It doesn't feel good either. But then it starts to, it's to slow down your system, to help it with scans. It slows everything down. So with everything else that's already there, I was just like, oh, and it gave me one hell of a headache. In fact, today, like I said, I haven't been drinking Cokes. They were like, yeah, you drink some Coke and something else. They gave me some down there. So, that did help, but it wasn't good, man. It made me feel like just god awful.
Oh, I'm so sorry about
Yeah,
that.
it
But I'm
wasn't fun.
glad that you're working through it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's been
I had that, and I had echocardiogram and something else. I don't remember what the hell.
Did that monitor thing come back yet? Do they have the results on that
No,
yet?
I won't know everything until next week. So
Oh.
unless there's something horrible, well, if I don't know, I say it in that way, but if they contact me early, then maybe that's not a good thing.
Oh,
You know
that's
what I mean?
funny.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
like
You don't
I'm
really
like,
want to hear from them early.
no, but I've got to follow up on Monday with the doctor themselves, and hopefully all of this provides some type of an answer. I don't.
Oh, I hope
Because
so.
otherwise, this goes with the pump. All of these tests look at the pump itself. But like the nursing was talking about over there, if they don't find it in the pump, it can be in the electric system. If you want to look at it that way, so you do the process of elimination. But they always eliminate the pump itself first.
Yes.
So.
Well, hopefully
Yeah.
this will all get sorted for you and for me in the next month or two.
Oh, yeah.
And we can get back to just being normal again. That would be nice.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like it. But anyway.
K-Mat, Red Queen, and a couple others of you in the chat have been reporting that BBB got served today. Did he actually accept service? That would be great. That would be
Did he get
fantastic.
served today for sure?
I've seen it a couple of times in the chat. I don't know. We can't
Where's
confirm
that based
it.
on?
I don't know. Well, did Jeremy?
Somebody note that.
Well, let me check.
I've been away all day, so
Let me see. Nobody told me about that. Like I didn't hear from Jeremy or anything, so I don't know. But I can ask him. I
yeah.
haven't seen him in the chat.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'll ask him. Did he put it on YouTube? He might have put it on his community page. Let me check. Let us see, shall we? Oh, is Shizzy going live tonight? Oh, he is. I will be redirecting you guys over there after that. That's great. Okay. I didn't know he was going live tonight, but I will definitely redirect you over there because Shizzy's great. Love him.
Shizzy's a lot of fun.
He's a lot of fun and also very entertaining. I enjoy his show. All right, I'm looking at his YouTube page. It says, I'm not seeing an announcement or anything, so it's not there on his YouTube page. But the chat says it happened. I just can't confirm it. Okay, yes, he says it was done. Okay. And he's listening. Hi, Jeremy. Glad you're listening. It's good to see you.
Good deal.
I mean, I'm annoyed today. I can't help but be annoyed because I feel like I was so excited for Jeremy to get actual justice with a real judge, and I thought that federal court would provide him that. But it seems like the federal magistrate is falling for the same old lies, the same old excuses. It's bothering me.
I wish we had a standard, when they yell at you and they tell you you're going to play by X standard in my courtroom.
Right. That means everybody, not just one party. It means everybody. And I'm sorry, but I've proven unequivocally that he has not gone after Bruce for the exact same kind of crap that he went after Randy for. I've proven that. God, and I don't care if Judge Bolitho looks like an ass. I've published it on Twitter to my 45,000 followers there, and I hope they share it. Please go to Megan Fox Writer on Twitter or X and share it, because Judge Bolitho should be aware that he's being watched and his bias is showing. My dad used to have this joke with his golf friends. They would say, Alice, your slip is showing to each other when they wouldn't hit a good ball. They making fun of each other like they were women. I would turn that into, Zachary, your bias is showing. Stop. Stop being biased toward a woman you think is indigent, because she's not. And she's not innocent either.
Well, that's why you don't want a bench trial with a judge. You want, a lot of people out there are more accustomed to being able to see through people like this, especially if they end up on the stand, You'd be able to see right through these people because they sound real great on paper for the, oh, woe is me's. But when you listen to them, they are not that.
Which is why the Ohio judge came down on them with the thunder. She was like Thor's hammer on those two.
Yeah,
because she had to listen to them. She had to rein her in. She had to wrangle Lynette in a courtroom live. Miss Preston, stop interrupting me. Miss Preston, you're not allowed to talk when the court is talking. She had to say that so many times because this woman never stops.
Well,
and
and
so
it
she saw her.
Yeah, you see right through it. Well, and it's easy. It's actually easy to see right through it, But so far, all of this is just on paper.
Right.
Again, I would love for if the judge wants to have an all-out brawl, if he wants the Thunderdome, let him have the fucking Thunderdome.
Yeah, stop saying that you're going to sanction lawyers for saying personal insults if you're not. If you're really not going to do that, then shut the fuck up and let them fight it out then for real. Otherwise, you have to hold everybody to the same standard and you're not doing that. And you know what that makes you? That makes you a fucking cuck. It makes you Judge Bolitho. It makes you bias. It just does. You're treating Randy like a real lawyer. You're treating him like a big boy. And you're treating Bruce Manskin like a small mentally challenged child. You're treating him like a pro se litigant. Stop that. He's a real lawyer. He's been practicing for 20 some years. Treat him like a real lawyer. Or just quit treating them. Just let them slug it out then. I'm with you, Tug. Let it be WWE.
That's what I want. I want some. I do. I mean, I enjoy stuff like that. So, hey, I think Randy would definitely hold his own. He's been funny in some statements, and I want that back. I want it no holds barred. Let him call him a piece of garbage,
Yeah. But don't say that you're going to, sanction people for calling names and then you don't. The other day I said that Judge Beverly Canone could eat a bag of dicks. And I say that Judge Shrug can also eat a bag of dicks. And thank you to Terry in the audience who actually sent me a gummy bag of dicks. That was hilarious. But I'm putting him in that category. Beverly Canone, she can eat a bag of dicks. So can Zachary Bolitho, Judge Shrug. Eat a bag of dicks. This decision sucked. All right, Tug, I'll let you go. I know you're tired.
Alrighty. Yeah. Well, we'll catch you tomorrow. Okay. All right. See ya.
See ya. All right, chat. Let's get to your super chats. You guys have been so good tonight. So nice to me. So sweet to support the show. I appreciate you. Okay, we left off right around here. Anna Nowakowski sent the $5 super sticker. Appreciate you. Wait, here it is. Cynic in Chief. Thanks for the 2. Is this the make Megan cry part of the show? I very rarely cry. I cried a lot when Jeff died, and I'm still crying about that, by the way. Oh, but hopefully no, I won't be crying normally. Flippin' Adventures, thanks for the 10. Hey, Flippin' Adventures. Hi, y'all. Happy Monday. Driving and listening. Got to catch up on what's happened while I was away. Appreciate you both. Well, we appreciate you too. I like your new channel and all your new songs. They're pretty good. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Hey, Megan and Tug. Max Lab, thanks so much for sending documents. Appreciate you. Susan Way, thanks for the 2. The judge started off so well. He did, but this is the problem with judges who say they talk a big game, but they don't follow through. I don't like that about some judges. If you're going to talk a big game and say that you're going to do something, then do it. Thanks for the 2. Jeff, the only man I cried over and never met. I never met him either in real life. Like, I never was in the same room as Jeff, but that doesn't mean we weren't friends. And it doesn't mean that you weren't friends with him either. You were. And that's the thing, is that Jeff was, he was so good. So great. Such a good friend to everybody, even people he hadn't met in real life. I'd never met him. I wanted to go to Vegas and I didn't end up going. And I regret it every day that I wasn't there. I should have gone. I thought we had more time. Carol Welch, thanks to the 5. Maybe the judge will sock BBB once they get to court. I'm losing hope on that. I don't think so. Candace, thanks for the 5. Once the federal LEOs go after them for the 56K, I think the judge will change his demeanor. We'll see. I don't think it will come into that case. It's not something that he would know. Marcus King, member for 3 months. Thanks for the emojis and the fist bump back at you. And thanks for being a member for 3 months. Appreciate you. Wolf Kinder 3, thanks for the 2. Hey, I look for a gym with a hydro massage bed. Okay, I have one. I belong to a gym that has one. I don't love it. I like the deep tissue massage chairs better, but nothing beats my masseuse. Nothing. She is amazing. Patty, you save my life every month, and you know it. She is so amazing, and she's so talented. And if you have neck problems, compressed nerve problems, that sort of thing, find yourself a good massage therapist who knows the human body. She is amazing. And she's great. And by the way, if you want to support my massage habit, which I have, like other people have drug habits, I have a massage habit. You can send tips to Cash App and Venmo because that goes directly to Patty. That is Patty's money. That's what I call it. It's Patty's money on Cash App and Venmo. And she keeps me from being in pain, which is great. I like the hydro massage beds are okay. They're relaxing to an extent, but they don't really do anything. They don't really work out a problem. Like my muscular problem and nerve problem is such a issue that I need somebody who knows what they're doing to like get in there and pull shit out, like pull it out and manipulate it and move it around to keep me moving. Wizzy Wheels, thanks for the 5. Tug, I believe knowledge is power. It is the unknown, which is scary with medical stuff I have found. Oh, that's true. Very true. Lisa Hines, thanks for the 2. Jeff loved you too much to stay mad for real. R.I.P. Jeff. No, I'm so glad that that's true because I never, ever wanted to hurt Jeff. The other song I love with the 3 of you is Pond Scum Posse. I haven't played that in so long. Should I play it tonight on the way out? I don't know if some of you will get it, though, because it's from the Owens case. So there's a lot of lyrics in there about the Laura Owens case that I feel like people don't relate to, don't know about. But it is on my YouTube channel in Fox Den Records playlist. You can pull up Pond Scum Posse. That's a good one. Mavia, thanks for the 5. 5 weeks? They told me stuff about my brain on the same day. Better health to both of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Rach Hunting, thanks to the Aussie 5. What's your salt intake, Megan? Oh, way higher than it should be, I'm sure. Most of the time, people with high blood pressure are salt depleted. Just don't have iodized salt. Oh, no, I'm not salt depleted. I have probably too much salt in my diet. I love salt. Love it. Teresa Penrose, thanks for the 5. Vice Baby, you are special if Megan says so. So accept it. I'm looking forward to seeing your next post as I've subscribed. Cheers. Well, he is special. And we're really glad that he's decided to hang out with us and be friends with us. And because it was a weird thing to have to contact him and be like, hey, we're your dad's friends from the YouTube channel you didn't know existed. And we know all about you, but you've never heard about us at all. It was a weird thing. And he's a cool kid that he just rolled with it. Rosalind, thanks for the 20. I can't believe it's been almost 3 months. So many great moments in Utah. It's true, Roz. It's almost like it was a dream. The license plate, Chandler trying to kill me, in and out for flux. For those of you who don't know, I did take a picture of this. Jeff's last name was Harrison, and I rented a car in Utah. And for some reason, it was like a Missouri plate, and the city name on the license plate was Harrison. I kid you not. We have pictures. And Chandler accidentally slammed Roz's hand in the car door on the way to the funeral. And it was a total accident. We didn't know Roz had her hand wrapped around the door thing, and then Chandler closed the door, but her hand was in it. And we were on the way to the funeral, and I was like, oh my God, we're going to go to 911. We're going to have to go to the hospital. And it was a miracle. Rosalind's hand did not swell up, and it wasn't injured in any way. She got like a small shadow of a bruise like the next day. But I mean, her hand was caught in the door, closed in the door between the knuckles, and nothing happened. Nothing bad. Yeah, and then Flux made us all go to In-N-Out Burger. It was funny. Melody Couture, thanks for the 2. I told you Judge is part of the good old boys. I don't know if that's the case. I just think that he's falling for the lie, right? It's a good lie. Poor, indigent, disabled. It's a good lie. It what's the word? I mean, it pulls at the heartstrings, and men, like Tug said, are stupid. And they fall for women who tell them these lies about being indigent and poor and disabled. And it's not a bad thing that the judge feels bad for her. But it kind of is, because he hasn't taken the time to get to know who she is. And he needs to, because you can't just claim that you're poor and indigent and blah, 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 and perfectly innocent and put upon by your rich neighbor. You can't just claim that. You have to prove it. And he's just taking them at their word, which is a problem. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 5. Megan hasn't seen enough court cases. Oh, yes, I have. Lots of them. Some judges are conflict avoidant and refuse to hold anyone responsible for misbehavior. I know that. But this judge said he was going to hold people accountable. This judge said he was going to sanction lawyers who continued to behave this way. But he lied, didn't he? It's one thing if he had never said it. If he had never said it, then I wouldn't be so mad. But he laid down a very strict line, and he said, I'm not putting up with this garbage. I'm not putting up with you two being unprofessional to one another. And I'm calling you out, Randy Shockett, and I'm telling you that your email to him was unprofessional. But at the same time, he is refusing to comment on Bruce's emails to Randy that are completely unprofessional. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit, Judge Shrug. You have now earned the nickname Judge Shrug. You don't care, really. You made us believe you cared, but you don't, really, because you won't call out Bruce on his shit. Death's Angel, thanks for the 5. They should motion to remove this judge. This is outrageous. I agree. I don't know if they have enough to remove him, but it's a bad trend. BBB and Lynette, they're getting what they want. Hugs and love to all. Lily Smith, thanks for the 5. Sounds like maybe another someone, judge or someone else, got to him. I don't know. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. Stupid autocorrect. That was supposed to be breadstick money to make the haters mad. I knew what you meant, but I thought breath stick was funny because it sounded like breath mints. Breath sticks, like Tic Tacs, breath sticks. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 10. Here's breadsticks because of the tea. What? Rachel, member for 10 months. Is it possible the judge knows BBB is under investigation, so he's building a case behind the scenes? No, I don't think that's possible. I don't think he's looked into it, and I don't think he would care because he's in Florida. Bruce is under investigation in Connecticut. Florida judge doesn't give a shit. Carol Welch, thanks for the 5. Did you see on Squid Show, BBB put the password? It's a link up top. The court person knowing everyone will see it. What password? Password to what? I didn't see that. So I don't know what that means, but thank you for sending the 5 and I will look it up later maybe. Angel Parent Perez, thanks for the 10. This BS that Judge Shrug is pulling has my blood pressure up. Yeah, yours and mine both. Should I take mine now? Let's take it. Let's see how bad it is, shall we? I have it sitting here on my desk. I haven't taken it since this morning. I should probably do it. Let's see. All right, here we go. Right, it's in the right spot. I finally figured out how to line it up with the artery. I didn't realize that was a thing, that you have to line it up with your artery. All right, I have to put my feet on the floor. Hold on. Deep breaths. All right, here we go. Breathing. Oh, the Zoom link password. Okay, I can't talk right now. Just breathing. Oh, please. Oh my God, it's normal. Oh my God. This is the first time it's been normal all week. All right, more whiskey for me. More 121/82. That's freaking perfect. Are you kidding me? How is it that my blood pressure is normal for the first time all week? 121/82. And I'm drinking whiskey. All right, more whiskey. That is the answer. Damn. Oh, aka the cat lady. Thanks for the 5. If it was Zim, I'd reply, subpoena me if you want to talk. Yeah, I would too. Susan Way, thanks for the 2. Little Dick Syndrome, maybe. Snowy Hurricane, thanks to the 5. You guys need to quit pissing your pants and having a panic attack. Oh, I read this one already. And it's true, I'm no fun to watch a basketball game with if my team is losing. I'm no fun. DTG 1032, thanks for the 10. And on overreacting, I used to have to make sure my dad had his nitro pill necklace on when watching Bears games. Maybe you should try running up the middle again. Maybe you should try running up the middle again, assholes. My dad was never a Bears fan. Can you believe that? Chicago-born Cardinals fan. Cardinal, because I guess the Cardinals used to be in Chicago a long time ago. Is that real? Is that true? I feel like that's what my dad told me. The Cardinals were like the old school Chicago team. And then they moved, and then the Bears were the team. And he wasn't a Bears fan. I'm a Bills fan. I am a Bills fan. My husband's always getting on my case about this. He's like, you used to be a Bears fan. Like, not really, because my dad wasn't a Bears fan. So we didn't watch Bears games. I was a Bulls fan, though. Definitely a Bulls fan and a Cubs fan. My dad loved the Sox. We liked the Cubs. So that was that. But I wasn't really a Bears fan. I didn't really get into football till we moved to New York. And I'm sorry, but I freaking love the Bills. Love the Bills. The Bills are amazing. And they're fun to watch. So fun. So much more fun than the Bears. I don't know if you've seen a Bears game, but it's not pretty. It's ugly. Just J Hip, thanks for the 10. I think I'm going to the other side now just to see what it's like over there. You're not going to like it, Just J Hip. You're not going to like it. But I mean, go for it. I don't tell anybody what to do. If you want to do that, absolutely go for it. I will support you in that. But by the way, Just J Hip has a channel. You all should go subscribe. He is hilarious. He has been doing Twitter reaction thread streams with sarcasm that make me LOL. And I think the next one is on Wednesday, maybe. I posted it on my community page, so go check that out on YouTube. But go subscribe to Just J Hip. He just got started on YouTube, and he has a very entertaining show. Very funny. Caroline Doyle, member for 2 months. Is this where the 56,000 went? I have no clue. Nobody knows where the 56,000 went. Patty Dahlheimer, thanks for the 5. Why can't it be pointed out to the court that Lynette and Crook are not indigent anymore? I don't know. I've had the same question. I think it can be pointed out, but I don't know how. I don't know how that works. I don't know what the federal rules are, and I don't know if you have to sneak it into a motion or if you file a separate one. I don't know. But I feel like that should be done. Then again, Randy Shockett's a good lawyer, and I think if whatever needs to be done, he's doing. Mud Dog, thanks for the 2. Classic cokehead behavior. Well, I don't know. That I can't tell you. I have my favorites. Thanks for the 5. We have a right to call foul when BBB plays dirty. Randy is play by the book, and BBB is just a scumbag. Well, I mean, it's true that Randy lost his temper a time or two, and it's okay if the judge calls him out, but I expect the judge to call out Bruce for the same shit or worse. I mean, it's ridiculous. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. Randy has another deposition for a different case and included the email about that depo as proof in the filing. Oh, that's what that was. So that wasn't Padgett's deposition. He included proof of his other deposition that was noticed for that same day. Amazing. Now I see. Thank you for telling me. Mima McLeod, thanks for the 2. Appreciate you. Lee Sargent, thanks for the 5. BBB keeps emailing Friday PM expecting a Torah observant Jew to respond work during the Sabbath. That is a very good point. Also, Randy has other cases. He can't drop things for BBB. Hey, hold on. I need to send a message real quick. I need to talk to Shizzy. Is he live already? I want him to send me a link. I might go over there. Mr. Fox is, he's absent this week. He is visiting his parents, so I don't have to worry about him going to sleep, and I can keep streaming. All right. I don't know if he's streaming right now, but I did send him. I sent him a message. Okay. Let's continue. That is a very good point, Lee, by the way, that I would not expect a Jew who has already talked about it. He's already talked about how important his faith is to him. He's not going to be responding to emails on Friday, at least after sundown, for sure. For sure. Rebel Bird, thanks for the 10. For the super sticker, I appreciate you. Linda Allen, thanks for the 5. I think BBB can't afford a subpoena and is wanting Randy to do the work. I feel the same way. And Veteran Nation pointed that out last night, and I think he's right. I think he's right. And kudos to Mike, by the way, to Skipper over at Veteran Nation. I think he does a good job covering this stuff, and I think he has some good insights, and that was one of them. And I agree with him. Debbie Marie, thanks for the 10. Thanks for all you cover and explain. And for the breadsticks. Thank you. I appreciate you, Debbie, so much. And I like your avatar, too. Not Your Average Explorer, thanks for the 2. Randy needs to step it up to bury BBB. Well, it's weird, right? Because when he tries, the judge slaps him down. So what message is he getting when he goes to the judge and he shows him what BBB is doing? What does the judge do? He denies him, and he doesn't even comment. So it's mixed messages. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. Angela Klein, thanks for the 5. I think BBB wants Randy to contact Zim so he can twist it so Jeremy has to pay for it. Maybe. Emmy, thanks for the 20. Just because you, BBB, have yourself involved in an ecosystem of hate and obviously represent them all doesn't mean Mr. Shockett is in any way like you. I would ask you to do better, but I don't think you're capable. Yeah, I don't think so either. SF, thanks for the 5. He'll make a motion for JH to pay for the depots because of some made-up thing. Yeah, probably. Carol Welch, thanks for the $1.99. Appreciate you. BBB going to make sure I can't do the depot. Well, I'd like to know what his excuse is for not advising the others in the ecosystem show up for their depots. But he's so upset about Zim Padgett and that depot. Just J Hip, thanks for the 5. I'm on Megan's payroll, apparently. FYI, she's a tough boss. Yeah, that's what they're saying, right? That I'm paying you. I'm so cheap, I don't pay anybody to do anything except my massage therapist. And even then, you people are paying her, which I very much appreciate. Patty's a great girl, by the way. If you knew Patty, you would want to send her tips because that's how good she is. And she's so sweet and so kind and is a good auntie. Man, is she a good auntie. She has nieces and nephews who've been relying on her for years, and I just adore her in every way. She's just a good girl. And if she ever moves away from New York, I'm going to follow her. I swear to God. I will follow her. I've never been able to find a masseuse that gets my body the way she does. And I don't know if you've ever gone to massage, but your muscles have to trust the person pressing on them. And if your muscles don't trust that person, it's like a separate thing from your brain. You could be telling your muscles, like, just relax, but they won't. They just won't. They're like their own thing, and they won't do it unless they have like a trust thing with the person doing it. And Patty, it's so funny. It's almost separate from my brain. My muscles will just completely relax under Patty's care. They will just automatically relax and do everything she tells them to do. But a different masseuse? Nope. AKA the cat lady, thanks for the 2. Rewatch Cross of Trooper Paul for laughs. Oh, yeah, I should do that. But I've got to get back to the retro trial, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. Marcus King, thanks for the 20. I personally think the judge is trying to move the case along. But while he's doing that, he's letting Bruce hang himself. That's why he hasn't ruled yet. The judge said himself, don't rule until all the evidence is in. Well, Marcus, he's up against a deadline on that whatnot motion, the one with Bruce's email to the whatnot person. He's on a deadline. That deadline is this week. I think it's the 13th. He needs to rule. He should not be hanging on to that and ruling on other things and skipping the line, etc. I don't like what this judge is doing. I think it's bullshit. LES, thanks for the 2. Has Bubbles even contacted Zim? Well, he said he emailed him. Thanks for the 10. I think the judge stops feeling sorry for her once he hears her depo. Yeah, well, he hasn't heard it yet. So, K-Mat Red Queen, thanks for the 5. Bubbles got served today. Yes, we verified that. He did. Kenneth Sawyer, thanks for the 2. Take your BP machine with you to the doctor and compare. Oh, I should. Vice baby, thanks for the 5. New rule, no bad health for the both of you and anyone else. Much love and hugs. We're trying, Connor. We're trying to stay on top of it. I've gone to the doctor more this year than I have any other year. So we're and so is Tug. Trust me, your dad was a wake-up call on that one. I went to the gym. I started getting healthy. Now all of a sudden my blood pressure's too high and my cholesterol's out of control. So, I don't know. We're working on it. Not your average explorer. Thanks for the 2. When will the evidence be submitted? In the federal case, it's going to come in drips and drabs when Bruce turns it over, which he hasn't. And Derek K, thanks for the 5. I've been listening to you as I recover from a stomach bug. I'm better now. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you're better. Stomach bugs are the worst. If I could recommend tea, toast, bananas, and rice. Janice Wingfield, thanks for the 10. My mom was given a nitro on the way to the hospital and almost coded. When I got back to her, she was on Levophed drip. I was pissed. She was given nitro because they knew of her cardiomyopathy. Yeah, sometimes hospitals can be scary places. But what choice do we have? Than to trust them. Cat Buchanan, thanks for the 2. Please let Jeremy and George know I am behind them. Will do, Cat. Chance NP, Jody Cha, thanks for the 5. A constable does service and can arrest you if you dodge the subpoena. Jeremy shared on members only video today. Suzanne 7IB Callie, thanks for the 10. I've been having to double up on my gummies because of this Judge Shrug. That's right, folks. Judge Shrug. That's who he is from now on. Judge Shrug. We've had Judge Grudge. Now we have Judge Shrug. Fitting. SF, thanks for the 5. I think Connor needs to keep Jeff's tradition of not telling anyone about his channel just to see how long before his family and friends find out. Funny enough, he didn't tell anyone. but his cousin found out. His cousin has a YouTube channel too. What is his cousin's name? It's not wait, I've forgotten it already. How did I forget this? Colin? Is it Colin? It's something similar to Connor. Now I've forgotten it. Anyway, he has a YouTube channel too, and I didn't think that he'd be able to keep it from him. He's been here before. He's been on my channel. His cousin. So his cousin knows for sure. I don't know about his mom or his aunt and uncle. Is it Colin? I was right. Okay, it's Colin. I knew it was similar to your name, Connor. Colin's a cool dude, by the way. We met Colin. We were able to hang out with Colin, and he's a cool dude. Connor, I want to know, wasn't Colin working on some kind of songs or something? Isn't he doing music? I want to know. You need to send me his channel because I'm not subscribed and I want to be. Barnyard Sally 547, thanks for the 5. Stop using table salt. Use pink Himalayan salt. Worked for me. No blood pressure meds. You know, I do use pink Himalayan salt, but not all the time. So maybe I will switch. Hambone, thanks for the 5. Judge feels bad. Poor Lynette. And feels bad she has a crap lawyer. Yeah, he does, but he needs to get over it because guess what? Guess what? It is not his problem. She chose her lawyer, and he needs to just move on. Carol Welch, thanks for the 2. Password to the Zoom link. To the deposition? Oh, that's terrible. Rosilla's Realm, thanks for the 5. You should see me during hockey season when things aren't going the LA Kings way. I can make Steve Dangle sound like a mute. Chad Chatty, thanks for the Canadian. I said California again. Canadian 10. I do look at California as like another country. They're weird over there. Hi, Megan. I'm Hyde in Nova Scotia. It's possible the judge is looking ahead because he wants to go to trial to make sanctions in person. Is it possible? No, it's not. If he were serious about sanctions, he would have done it already. Jackie Gammon, thanks for the 2. The other depot is Lynette. Okay. Court in Wit, thanks for the 10. Wow, this is so unbelievable. I can't believe the poverty card is winning this case. What about evidence? Well, it doesn't matter. The poor person card is winning. It's winning, which to me is kind of a delightful surprise because for a long time I have believed that you only get justice if you have money in America. But it turns out you can also play the poverty card and get injustice and have your judge be biased against your opposing litigant. Angel Parent Perez, thanks for the 10. BBB is doing it to keep Randy from deposing Lynette. He's going to be able to depose her, so it's not going to work. Computer Guy FL, thanks for the 5. As BBB said in his emails to Zim, he is trying to get his testimony imitated or limited or thrown out since Zim was one who found the signs. Maybe. He definitely doesn't really want him testifying, does he? All right, everybody, that's it for me. I'm out of here. Go into, I'm redirecting you to Shizzy. I will probably be over there as soon as I go get something to eat. I need to make myself some ramen or something, and then I will pop in with him. So get over there, and I will see you over on Shizzy's.
Yo, check this rich player, cash flow thick, storage unit king, stacking brick on brick. Then he's
wait. I forgot something. Hold on, I'm back. I forgot Cash App. I pushed Patty all night long, my masseuse, and I forgot to read off the Cash Apps, and there are some. So, duh, I have to stop. Okay. We have Caroline. Said the privilege, she sent 15. She said, for the privilege to hear you funny times twice. Thank you so much, Caroline. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry, I almost forgot to read the Cash Apps. That would have been terrible. And Cheryl Cole, thank you so much, Cheryl, for the 5. I appreciate you. And Caroline, thanks for the 20. Need to get Minimum wage, so much work, she says. I appreciate you, Caroline. And Cheryl again. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate you. Let me check Venmo real quick. Okay. Venmo. There you are. I don't get Venmo notifications very often. Okay. So looks like Venmo is good. I'm all caught up there. All right. We can play this now. See ya.
Broke ass neighbors flip the script. Skinny old broad and her ex, a straight trip. She's rocking braids, playing pitiful and sad. Judges all soft like poor granny, my bad. He's flashing gas, threatening the rich man's dome. No sympathy for wealth, the cops leave him alone. She's a shady hag, junk shed queen. Faking frail vibes, but her hustle's mean. Rate 50 fixed case, still crying broke. Judges don't care, justice is a joke. No tears for the baller, system's cold as ice. His reps getting torched, paying twice the price. They stalk, they lie, medias they flex. Rich man screwed, nobody's vexed. We see it. Yo, justice ain't real. Rich man's world, no pity, no deal. Poor acts the key, they play it so slick. Judge Slug, he's rich. Who gives a lick? Scales tip hard, favoring the grime. Wealth's a curse in his courtroom crime. She's a con, he's a threat. They run the show. Rich man's pleased, they just let him go. Just let him go. So we watch this mess. Truth's out of sight. Rich cats fighting, money drains away. No love for the loaded, that's the game they play. Justice stays blind cause the poor card wins the day. With the fuck clip. She's a shady hag, junk shed queen. Faking frail vibes, but her hustle's mean. Raked in fifth case, still crying broke. Judges don't care, justice is a joke. No tears for the baller, system's cold as ice. His reps getting torched, paying twice the price. They stalk, they lie, media's that flex. Rich man screwed, nobody's vexed. We see it, yo, justice ain't real. Rich man's world, no pity, no deal. Poor acts the key, they play it so slick. Judge Shrug, he's rich. Who gives a lick? Scale tip hard, favoring the grime. Wealth's a curse in his courtroom crime. She's a con, he's a threat. They run the show. Rich man's pleased, they just let him go. Just let him go. So we watch this mess. Truth's out of sight. Rich cats fighting, money drains away. No love for the loaded, that's the game they play. Justice stays blind cause the poor card wins the day. Jack, Steve, let him go. We still, justice ain't real. Rich man's world, no pity, no deal. Poor acts the key, they play it so slick. Judge Slug, he's rich. Who gives a lick? Scales tip hard, favoring the grime. Wealth's a curse in his courtroom crime. She's a con, he's a threat. They run the show. Rich man's pleased, they just let him go. Just let him go. So we watch this mess. Truth's out of sight. Rich cats fighting, money drains away. No love for the loaded, that's the game they play. Justice stays blind cause the poor card wins the day. He's rich, who gives a lick?